those pivotal seconds when you're challenged in your mind. Because the truth is, your body can probably do those things. It's done them before, maybe. And you know that physically, your body can achieve those things. But we're not talking about the body. We're talking about the mind. What is your mind saying in those moments that are helping you to get through them, helping you to achieve those things? Because the mind will take you a hell of a lot further than your body will. Welcome to the 30 Something Shift podcast, the podcast where I support women in their 30s move through the real shifts in life that shape our well-being. I'm Liv, a menstrual cycle, fertility and pregnancy yoga teacher. Here we explore our cycles, fertility, conception and pregnancy through yoga, meditation and real conversations. Today we're talking about something simple but so powerful, something that's really helped me on my fertility journey, and that thing is affirmations. Now, before we get started with affirmations, what they really are and how we can use them, I first want to start talking about mindset. So think about it this way. Think about when you tell your brain something, how likely you are to believe it, right? If you hear a criticism from someone else, or often we're most critical of ourselves, and our brain often believes what it's told. And we are in our minds all the time. There's no escape from the thoughts that we have, right? And on a journey like this, we're particularly hard on ourselves. Our body isn't doing what we want it to do. There's a lot of anxiety, a lot of emotions running through your mind, and you can start to be really critical of yourself, and you believe what you tell yourself in those moments. And this is kind of what I call inner dialogue. And we work with inner dialogue in yoga. So when you're in yoga and you're in a really challenging pose, what are you telling yourself in those moments when things get tough? If you're on a run and you've got 1 more mile to go, or you're holding the plank, right? And you've got another 20 seconds to go. In those moments, those pivotal seconds when you're challenged in your mind, because the truth is, your body can probably do those things. It's done them before, maybe. And you know that physically, your body can achieve those things. But we're not talking about the body. We're talking about the mind. What is your mind saying in those moments that are helping you to get through them, helping you to achieve those things? Because the mind will take you a hell of a lot further than your body will. So affirmations are a way of rewiring those thoughts, retraining your brain so that it believes the positive, present things that you're telling it in those challenging moments. And that's what we're going to talk about today. And before you roll your eyes, if you haven't already, and start to think that saying nice things isn't going to change my life, and saying things that aren't true isn't going to make this fertility journey any easier, I totally get it. Because when I started learning about affirmations, I thought they were a bit fluffy too, if I'm totally honest. I didn't think that saying something I wanted or that wasn't true yet would actually help me in the moment. I thought it would either just not work at all or make me feel frustrated. But the more you practice it, it's actually really powerful. And I don't think you'll be able to appreciate that until you start doing it and you see the way that it makes you feel. Now, you're a busy woman in your 30s. The last thing that you need is another thing on your to-do list. So affirmations are a really easy way to support your mental health during your fertility journey without adding another thing you've got to do in your busy day. They don't take much time. They're really simple to learn how to use. And most of the time you can do it when you're doing something else. So I've got a few tips for you to help you to start learning to use affirmations and it become just part of your daily routine, but also ways that you can link it into your everyday life so that you're not adding on to the things you're already trying to do in this journey. So habit stacking is my first tip, and I've talked about this before on the podcast, so you can go back and listen to building healthy habits. Habit stacking is really good for busy people who want to do other things but really just don't have the time. Sounding familiar, right? So basically, you choose something that you do anyway. I would suggest doing affirmations in the morning and in the evening time. So, morning, you're setting up kind of your mental state for the day. So it can be setting intentions and finding calm before your day's begun. And then in the evening, when you're more in a reflective sort of frame of mind, and you've obviously lived your day and things have happened, that's another good time to do them. So you can do either morning or evening. And once you get into it, maybe trying both. So think about your morning and your evening routines. What are the things that you're already doing? Probably having a shower, maybe doing some yoga, waiting for your coffee to brew. Any of these kinds of things are times when you could start practicing affirmations. And you don't need anything, it's literally all in your mind. Once you've chosen the affirmations that you like, you might write them down somewhere, but ultimately they're just in your mind and you don't need any equipment, you don't need any extra time. You can literally just say them to yourself. Ooh, losing my microphone. You can literally say them to yourself while you're doing these things. So it's really easy to start doing. The second tip is to write them in a journal. So if you haven't started journaling already, I also really recommend this on a fertility journey. It's a really good tool to have in your self-care toolkit. If not, this might be a good way to start by using affirmations as a way of journaling. So writing something out, pen to paper, is really powerful. Again, it's so simple, but there's something more than typing it out on your phone. Actually writing pen to paper has been proven to be more beneficial to the mind. So just writing out the affirmation for the day might be a really good way to start getting into journaling and to kind of affirm that in your mind by writing it down. And lastly is choosing your affirmation. So you don't want to be thinking, oh, I've got to do these affirmations while I'm in the shower tomorrow, but I need to research and find them before I get in there. You're going to be adding time to your day. So I'd recommend having sort of an affirmation bank. So spending a bit of time looking some up, trying to find ones that really resonate with you, and then having those either written on your phone or written on a bit of paper, wherever is going to be easy to access. And then you can just have a look at it, and that's the one you can use for that day. I have actually created a free PDF for you. So with affirmations sort of categorized into different areas of how you're feeling and how you want to start your day. So check the link in the show notes and I will send that across to your inbox. So that can help you to get started if sort of it's a bit overwhelming to think of having to try and find affirmations for you to start using. So I want to just break down as many barriers as possible. So this is something that you can start doing straight away and it doesn't add too much else to your day. So habit stacking, do it when you're already doing something else. It's not an extra thing on your to-do list. Writing them in a journal and having affirmations ready to go so you're not searching for them. They also do have affirmation cards, which can be quite good. So you literally just pick a card for that day and that's the one that you're using. The only thing with that, of course, is it may not resonate with you in that moment, but that can be another good way of taking out the decision paralysis around choosing what affirmation you're going to use that day. Okay, so that's everything for today's episode. Thank you so much for listening. We are now on YouTube, so if you're watching on YouTube, welcome. Please subscribe so you don't miss next week's episode. And if you're listening on your podcast platform, then follow along so that you can know when we've got another episode dropping, which will be every week. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really hope that this helped and has inspired you to start using affirmations for your fertility journey. And I can't wait to see you in the next one. Take care.